Today, we're diving into a popular post from the Reddit titled as, "Hello Reddit. Steven Soderbergh here. The law says every 6 years I have to do an AMA, and it's that time again. I'm mostly here to talk about Command Z, but the A in AMA means we can go wherever our spirits, and your questions, take us." This post received 847 upvotes. Posted by Real Soderbergh Clone. The post reads as follows. Proof. https://twitter.com/command-series/status/168204451285361 edit. Well, I'm being pulled offline since my hour is up. Thank everyone who jumped on for your time and questions. Sorry if I didn't get to you. Maybe it won't be 6 years until the next one. Cheers. A comment from user Quevedo de Malvino says, "Command Z? As in undo in macOS?" This comment received 145 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh Clone says, "Exactly." This reply received 59 upvotes. A comment from user Shumich says, "I find something about the Ocean's Trilogy special. The music, the pacing, the comedic timing, I can't put my finger on it. What do you think made it so special for people?" This comment received 62 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh Clone says, "Not sure. I can tell you that everyone was there for the right reasons, which helps. It's also fun to make something that's supposed to be fun." This reply received 103 upvotes. A comment from user Dancing Queen 16 says, "The Nick was amazing. Are you considering television again in the future?" This comment received 58 upvotes. A comment from user Croatoa 100 says, "Hey Steven, any chance of a Logan Lucky sequel?" This comment received 59 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh Clone says, "Well, we had a prequel all teed up about how Joe Bang got thrown in jail. But when the movie didn't perform well enough to justify another go, we dropped the idea." This reply received 120 upvotes. A comment from user Rhombus Anon says, "Do you regret letting Don Cheadle do a Cockney accent for the Ocean's Trilogy?" This comment received 115 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh Clone says, "Nope." This reply received 156 upvotes. A comment from user Brian Aneurysm says, "First of all, love your work and have since sex, lies, and videotape. Can you talk briefly about how you're able to walk the tightrope between being an indie darling and working with A-list talent on a regular basis? I'm no longer in the business, but still have many friends who are, and watching them struggle to retain authenticity and a coherent vision in the face of an increasingly fractured marketplace is fascinating. Your ability to take big risks and maintain a consistent level of uncompromising quality is exemplary, particularly for someone as prolific as you've been for 30-plus years." This comment received 77 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh Clone says, "You're kind to say so. It's clear I am the cockroach of this industry and will try to survive any version of it that comes along. For a director, I think the ability to attract talent is key. So either your resume or your reputation, or both, should support that notion." This reply received 107 upvotes. A comment from user Drino_B says, "As a successful director with accomplishments in both television and film, is there a project you reflect on and wonder whether it would have been more fitting and beneficial in the opposite format? If so, what are the reasons behind this consideration?" This comment received 60 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh Clone says, "Good question. I think if Che were made 10 years later it might have been pitched as a series instead of 2 films." This reply received 94 upvotes. A comment from user Rhombus Anon says, "I enjoy your lists of films you watch every year. Though having read these lists for several years, have you considered watching a bit more world cinema?" This comment received 40 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh Clone says, "Yeah, trying to make up for that this year." This reply received 50 upvotes. A comment from user Meanie007 says, Steven, I find it inspiring how you make so many movies, mostly working with mid-level budgets too. What advice would you give to independent filmmakers like myself, in order to find success in creating all these movies while maintaining a work-life balance? This comment received 39 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh clone says, ideally, you're part of a gang of friends who want to do the same thing, or at least want to work in the industry generally. It's fun and healthy to be part of a group that works on each other's projects. That being said, time to yourself, meaning no one can bother you, is critical to avoiding burnout. This reply received 72 upvotes. A comment from user Martin Scorsese says, Hey Steven. Longtime fan smiley face. What have you watched this year that you really loved? I've enjoyed all your work on HBO. No Sudden Move and Comey in particular. Now that David Zaslav has taken over WB, Discovery, how does that change your desire to continue working with the company, if at all? Ocean's 12 is my favorite of the Ocean's trilogy, and I routinely get called crazy for saying so. What should I say in response to such accusations? Your films always have such great musical scores. Which is your favorite, and why? Mine is Solaris. This comment received 36 upvotes. A reply from the original author Real Soderbergh clone says, Thanks for the questions, Marty. Most recently, I'm a Virgo really had my mouth hanging open. Insane. My deal with Warner ended last December and was not renewed, which I don't take personally since these kinds of deals are sort of going away. I'd work there again if it were something I was excited about. I like the people I was working with. They're just wrong. It happens. Solaris is a great score. I've been so lucky with composers. The trick is having the music not merely mimicking what's happening on screen, so that the combination of image and score becomes a third thing. This reply received 62 upvotes.